All right, hi, and welcome to our last week on population ethics. So far we've heard from four different authors who had four different opinions about the growing human population, but they all had one thing in common. They all view population growth as being a serious problem. Julian Simon, the author that we're hearing from today, has a very different opinion. He views population growth as being one of the best things that ever happened to humanity. So Simon's argument's pretty straightforward. He says, look, in the last 300 years, the human population's exploded. It's grown very rapidly. It's almost 8 times as large as it was like in the 18th century. At the same time, our quality of life has got better on almost any metric that you care to measure it by. We live longer, we're healthier, we're better fed, we're wealthier, we're better educated, so etc. Right? It just gets better and better. And there's really no argument with these statistics. I mean, the facts are facts. It's hard to argue with Simon about that. Now, Simon also says that the environment's better off. And here you might start to kind of question the evidence that he cites, but, he is onto something. If you live in a developed country, or, if you live in a city, especially in a developed country, the air that you breathe and the water that you drink, it's better off than it's ever been. It's cleaner than it was 50 years. We got steadily cleaner for the last 50 years, let alone if you look back about 200 years when tuberculosis and cholera caused by bad air and water were the major killers or the major causes of death in the Western world. Now, you might question other aspects of Simon's argument. You may still feel like there's something wrong with it, but I challenge you to come up with what the problem is. So one thing that you may say is that, look, this is just correlation. The fact that the population has been growing and quality of life has been going up kind of in tandem, that could just be a coincidence. Like, it's a well-known thing that drownings and consumption of ice cream also go up and go down at the same time. But, it's not that ice cream causes drowning or drowning causes ice cream. It's that when it's hot out, people tend to swim and eat more ice cream. Now, Simon says, look, the reason that the world has got better, the reason that quality of life keeps improving is because of entrepreneurship and brain power. And of course, the more people that you have, the more brain power that you have and the more entrepreneurship is going on. So he says, look, this is a case of cause and effect. This is not just a coincidence. So, again, if you think that there's something wrong with that argument, I challenge you to point to it and show what it is. So there's other questions that you may have, one being whether or not this even if you can say, look, even if Simon is right, this can't continue indefinitely. Sooner or later, overcrowding is going to get to be too much and quality of life is going to go down, either because the population is just going to be too large to sustain at some point, no matter how much brain power is brought to bear on its problems, or because overcrowding itself is going to cause quality of life to be depleted. But again, if you think that Simon is wrong here, it's up to you to show why historical trends shouldn't continue into the future. One final thing to think about is, even if Simon is right in some ways, notice that population growth has leveled off first in richer countries. And one explanation for this might be kind of what Sen pointed to, which is that as women gain more control over their lives, and generally women are more liberalized in the industrialized countries than they are, or developed countries than they are in the developing world. Women who are better educated and have more chance at a career or kind of more independence and more say in society tend to have less children. And this might indicate that a rapidly growing population, even if it is increasing like economic wealth, that the benefits and the costs are not being distributed equally in society. And that's something to think about in Simon's narrative here. In any case, you guys will have a chance to talk about this stuff on Friday, and I will see you on Wednesday for our last thing in population ethics.